Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today is the 17th of April, which means it's the first day of the NBA regular season finals awards, right? And the NBA just released the 3 finalists for all the 7 major awards, so you guessed it, we're doing predictions. Okay, so we're starting off right away with the Clutch Player of the Year award, right? And the 3 finalists for this award are Jimmy Butler of the Miami Heat, DeMar DeRozan of the Chicago Bulls, and De'Aaron Fox of the Sacramento Kings. Now, the Clutch Player of the Year award goes to the player who comes in the most clutch, obviously. And for me this year, this has been De'Aaron Fox. I mean, obviously the Kings have had... I just found out today that during the regular season, the Kings had the greatest offensive efficiency of all time in the NBA, which is mad, and most of that is due to this man right here, De'Aaron Fox. And for that simple reason, I think he's gonna win Clutch Player of the Year, man. It's really not much of a competition. I mean, Jimmy's been pretty hot as usual, but like De'Aaron Fox has had a magical season, so no comp. I go with De'Aaron Fox. If he doesn't win this one, that's a snub for him. No cap. We'll move right along to the second one. Most improved player, given to the player who's obviously most improved. Now, most of these awards are voted for by a panel of sports writers all throughout like the United States and Canada type shit. So yeah, it's not really a public platform to vote on. 3 finalists for the most improved player. This is actually crazy. So Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the OKC Thunder, and Lauri McKinnon of Utah Jazz. And to be honest, I think myself and a lot of other people are giving this to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, you cannot overstate how good this guy's been this past season. I know OKC didn't really make it to the playoffs and all, but Shai on his own has been pretty phenomenal this season. When was Shai drafted? He was drafted in 2018. He was a round 1 pick in 2018. Right, so he's been in the NBA for 4 years. I think this year in particular, he's really stood out as one of the young guys for OKC, who actually have a really good squad for next season. They're looking pretty optimistic, so that's something to look out for. I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is taking the most improved player this year. So let's move to 6th man of the year, which is basically the player that comes in off the bench and does the most for their team throughout the regular season, right? And the finalists for this one, let me just find this. Yeah, we've got Malcolm Brogdon, Bobby Portis Jr., and Immanuel Quickley. And immediately the 2 that jump out to me are Bobby Portis Jr. and Immanuel Quickley. Even though I think Immanuel Quickley just edges Bobby Portis Jr. Yeah, that's right, I'm going with Immanuel Quickley. I think he's been really firing off the bench this season. He's averaged almost 15 points per game, 4.2 rebounds, 3.4 assists in just his 2nd year in the NBA. He's looking pretty good for a first round pick, you know. I honestly would give this to Immanuel Quickley for 6th man of the year. I think he's been pretty fire for the Knicks, yeah. Defensive Player of the Year. Now this is where it gets good. Defensive Player of the Year. The finalists are... Where is this? Finalists for Defensive Player of the Year: Jaren Jackson Jr. of the Memphis Grizzlies, Brook Lopez of the Bucks, and Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers. God damn. This is a really tight one. And honestly, Jaren Jackson Jr. would be my favorite, but then again, Evan Mobley just did the most this season. The Bucks are actually the number 1 rated defense in the entire league, and that's because of not one man obviously, but that's because of this man, Evan Mobley. He's been phenomenal this season. Let me just check his stats real quick. 16 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists in just his first year in the NBA. Man, this guy is too good. He's a 3rd pick in the first round 2 years back. He's been phenomenal on defense this season. Gotta give it to him. Moving on to the next award, the Coach of the Year. This is another one where I feel like it's a slam dunk, but let me just call out the finalists real quick. Right, Joe Mazzulla of the Boston Celtics, Mike Brown of the Sacramento Kings, and Mark Daigneault of the OKC Thunder. And I mean, obviously, this one has got to go to Mike Brown with the Sacramento Kings.
It's the fact. One at a time. It's the fact.
I mean, what he's done with the team this season has been amazing. He's took them to the first playoffs in 16 years, turned their whole attack around, turned their whole attack from virtually the worst attack in the league to literally the greatest attack in league history. I think that has to go noticed in this season in particular. So this one is a slam dunk for Mike Brown. I mean, what can you say against the guy? Come on, right? And now for the main event, what we've all been waiting for, MVP. Dang. Alright, so let's see. Finalists for MVP: Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks, Joel Embiid of Philadelphia 76ers, and Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets. Man, I think it would be robbery if Embiid didn't win this one. I mean, I know Jokic has a good case for his 3-peats or whatever, but I mean, like, come on, man. We have to give this one to Joel. I mean, he's been phenomenal this season. He's averaging, Joel Embiid, 33.1 points per game, 10.2 rebounds, 4.8 assists. That is crazy. And his 6th year in the NBA is around pick in 2014, man. I think Joel Embiid is simply going to take this because he's had a phenomenal season. I think this is one of his best attacking seasons of his career. And yeah, I honestly can't see Jokic stealing this from Joel. I mean, he's had a phenomenal season all year round. Come on, they have to give it to Joel. Anyway, let me know if you agree with my picks in the comments section, and we'll see how many of these I get right over the next couple of days, I guess.